Now it's time to move forward to our next speech of the day, and the topic would be winning at higher education admissions in 2023. I hope Mr. Abhishek Ballabh, the co-founder of ExtraaEdge, is here.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So first of all, I'm not going to speak about education. I'm not going to speak about technology. I'm not going to speak about the impact of technology in education. I'm not going to speak about teaching, learning, pedagogy. So what I'm going to speak about? I'm going to speak about consumer behavior. When I was a kid, my dad used to take me to buy vegetable in a vegetable mart. We used to take the auto and we used to go there. While we used to go there, we also used to go on Saturday to buy really good fish from the market. While we used to buy fish, sometimes we also used to go to a place called Upper Bazaar. So I'm from a place called Ranchi, your neighborhood in Jharkhand. And we used to buy clothes or probably some things. Now, you see, going to the market has been replaced by Big Basket. Auto has been replaced by Uber. Finally, the market has been replaced by Amazon. And whatever you could imagine, even my mother today buys fish from a company called Licious. You see, what has happened in the last few years is how commerce is done today in this country has fundamentally changed. How a buyer interacts with a seller and buys things and purchases things. And you all sitting here right now who are in the crowd listening to me are consumers of some of the products which you used to buy, but today you buy in a very, very different way. And you don't even know that. You are all attuned. I can guess most than 70% people today came via an Uber. It was not the case. My name is Avi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ExtraaEdge. And I'm going to talk about how this commerce today happens in education. I don't come from education. I'm a data scientist. Spent most of years building machine learning models at world's largest bank, HSBC. And then somehow went and worked for another company, which is a unicorn in sales software from India called Mindtickle. So मैं education से आता ही नहीं हूँ. I come from machine learning, data science, and sales technology background. But today I run this company called ExtraaEdge, which helps brands increase, manage, and predict their sales. So let's look at what is happening in this industry from a commerce standpoint. Let's skip that. There is increasing competition. I was listening to all the sessions very diligently since morning, and everybody is offering a program or a course to probably a common student. A student, a parent is sitting in the audience and listening to all those educators selling them programs and courses. By the way, the student's expectation has also changed. Today I can go and learn coding at Scalar and Code Academy and not even go to an engineering college. By the way, I can not even go to Scholar and Kid. I can just start coding on freelance and Elance. And I have an option to probably go to Upgrad and Coursera and do a course from Stanford or UCLA, then going to a full-time BTech program for 4 years in India. Or probably I just want to drop a year and not study at all and just probably go hiking and probably become a trekker and come back after a year. My parents are okay because the parents are baby boomers born in 70s. The kid is a Gen Z born in probably 2000. They are pretty okay as compared to my dad who wanted me to become a UPSC IS officer or an engineer or a doctor. So basically the kids' expectation has fundamentally changed. And finally, what pandemic did, which we all know, is that it made acquisition or admissions digital probably for the first time because nobody was going out of the house. So how would you do an event like this? You have to sell digitally. But this is what happened with education. And this is what happened with your industry. And now I am also part of your industry, so my industry. Now what happened due to this is a very interesting story which will unfold post this. Now, what do we see in higher education and what the challenges that we see? And my colleague from college, Dunya, who was there on the panel, he will agree. He has probably a better bird's eye view than probably me. That first of all, students want a very different admission experience. They really want an experience how they want an experience when they buy a book from Amazon or how they order probably something from a Nika today. They want exactly that experience from all of you. Secondly, they want you to communicate them on time. So if I've inquired about an opportunity, I need answer today, and I need answer in a couple of hours. Finally, when an inquiry is coming, you really need to understand that it's coming for which product is doing well, which channel is performing well, what kind of pitch my admission team needs to say to a kid. Will the pitch be same for a kid who's from a tier 2 town in Bihar as compared to a kid who's from Delhi or probably Bangalore? Of course, no. You need to throw in scholarships. For the other kid, you need to tell that he has to pay fee upfront. You cannot be tone deaf in your communication. These are the problems that we see in how commerce is done in education today. So how do we think about it? Now, if you look at it, I will not be self-righteous to say that technology will solve everything. Of course, technology does not solve everything. Technology is fundamentally an enabler. What we need to do is we need to create a digital experience with a human touch. At ExtraaEdge, we work with around 300 institutes and more than 1 million students take admission every year. And what we have seen is that finally somebody wants to talk to a human being before making a choice for a college. They want to talk to someone. They will get the information digitally, but there is a human intervention required most of the times. So how does this human touch look like? So the first and foremost aspect is they require a different admission experience, which means that you need to have a website that really gives information and does not sound overwhelming to a kid who's used to going to Instagram and probably on LinkedIn. So it needs to look like that. You need to make this experience mobile friendly because probably a kid might be standing with his dad, while his way to a football match and looking at ki papa kya padhai karni chahiye, and they must be googling on their smartphones, not on a laptop. So are you digitally ready on a mobile phone or smartphone today? Finally, if they inquire and connect to you over a call, over an email, over a text message on a fair, how promptly are you responding to him? How promptly you expect to be responded by Amazon when your parcel does not get delivered today? If your parcel does not get delivered to an Amazon, you give them a call, they call you back in 20 seconds. That's the latency that they have today. Why would the kid expect anything different from you? Second, communication. So first of all, personalized. How do you communicate with a woman in her 20s who wants to go for a fashion course as compared to a woman who goes for an engineering course, who goes for a medical course? How do you communicate with somebody from a defense background or probably he's physically disabled? The same email, same text, same call goes to everyone. You can't do that, right? So it needs to be personalized. It needs to be relevant. During COVID, a lot of universities started to defer their fees because the parents were losing jobs and they were not able to pay. That was the right thing to do, and they were appreciated that deferring fees is the right thing to do. Is it the right communication to go today? Of course no. Of course no. Probably you need to bring in scholarships again. And finally, using communication channels that your students use. Now your students primarily use WhatsApp, they use Instagram chat, and primarily they use WhatsApp. Let be the students, you also use WhatsApp. Are we having a digital strategy on WhatsApp today to communicate with the kids and give them information about your university? Probably yes, probably no. I don't know. But it's a good question. You may need it, definitely have a WhatsApp strategy going forward. And finally, last but not least, is that we live in an era of instant gratification. Just imagine that you ordered something on Flipkart and Amazon or Uber, and if your cab does not come or your arrival does not come, you get so pissed that you want to switch and you probably throw some derogatory terms to them that service does not work. Why would a kid think otherwise? If he has inquired, he wants to know more about a course, he deserves that information in a very lucid way, which a Gen Z can associate and understand very immediately. And he wants this experience on a chat, and mostly these kids and parents don't even want to talk to someone. Just give me some information, probably on a chat platform, we are okay. If we require more information, we'll get back to you. So finally, making sure that this student journey is very, very seamless and very, very clear. And finally, making sure that if your admission teams or recruitment teams are working, imagine that I'm applying for a BTech in aerospace engineering and I'm talking to somebody who does not even know about aerospace. He's probably talking to me like I am applying for a computer science and electronics. He will not be able to give me good counseling, or he would not be able to give me the right pitch. And that's the last part of using automated league allocation to send to the person who's an expert in that particular area. If you look at these things, right, these are basic fundamental commerce problems that today have and appear in education. So last but not the least, education after retail, real estate and e-commerce in the world spends around $23 billion every year. I'll again say they spend $23 billion every year. They're the fourth largest spender in marketing money in the world after these three industries. So you will always want a high return on ad spend, you know, and you would always want to know that maybe few questions: which products are selling well, why, which channels are working for me, in which location, who admission team members are doing a good job, not good job, if I'm spending money on publishers or Google AdWords and Facebook, which is giving me and driving me high traffic. Should I be continuing doing offline events and go to these fairs or not and put up a stall? What should I be doing? Should I be doing everything or should I be doing one or the other? And this is what a qualitative report and effective decision making will help you do that. Now, before I move to what we do, my job here is to tell you that these are the problems we all are facing, and every higher ed that we work with are facing. Even vocational skilling are facing these problems. Companies like ExtraaEdge, companies like College Dunia, we are trying to educate and tell you guys that it needs to be addressed proactively and upfront. And that's what we are talking about today. So what happens when you get this right? What does success look like in a commerce setup, in your admission and your recruitment process in your colleges? What if you do all these things right? This is how success looks like. Success looks like that you have more inquiries via chat platform, your admission doubles, you have more applications, you have more increase in conversions, you are getting kids from multiple geographies which you had never imagined. This is what success looks like. Now, this does not happen by miracle, right? It happens through a step-by-step process of reinventing, or what we call, admissions 2.0. How you are going to look at admission as a branding exercise to educate your prospect students and parents about your brand. Why should I come to you and not go to somebody else? And guess what? You already have a competition from edtech companies who are offering hybrid courses today. So, one of our ladies, my counterparts from LinkedIn was talking about LinkedIn solutions, LinkedIn training solutions. I have a younger brother. He asked me the question that should I even go to college for my third year? Should I not go to LinkedIn and just do online programs to start getting internships in a fourth year? I don't know what to say to him. Maybe he's right. I don't know. But that's a good question, that your competition is probably from many different areas, and you really need to be a brand to reckon with and behave like a brand that we are used to. Last but not the least, right? We have been doing this for the past near about 5 years. We help more than 300 institutes globally to get their conversions right, making sure they send out the right communication to the prospects, and create a really great digital strategy using software to enable a lot of these brands across the globe. The outcome is their admission and enrollments run like a well-oiled machine. They are able to engage in a very proactive way with their prospects, and they are able to understand what new courses they need to deploy, where the money should be spent, and what kind of pitch their marketing, sales, and recruitment team should be using to coach, career, guide, and counsel the kids. These are some of the brands that we work with. I'll just end with this thought for you, is that it's a paradigm shift, not only in technology adoption in education, but also how your recruitment or how your admission happens. You see, admission is the first digital point where the prospect is knowing about your brand. Imagine the first time we came to know about Uber or WhatsApp or Ola, or probably a Book My Show. It was a great digital experience. Prior to that, we used to do it manually or physically. This is exactly what the kid or a parent is expecting from all higher ed or anybody who's selling a course today, a new digital experience where they want to be treated like a consumer brand. And this is my last, ending thoughts to all of you, is that can every education brand in this country who's selling a course think about a digital first strategy as a consumer brand? Because guess what? Post-pandemic, digital and go-to-market is fundamentally by default digital. You don't have ATL, BTN, and offline as an option. So with that, I'll end this thought. My name is Abhishek Ballabh. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ExtraaEdge, and we help education brands get to product market fit and help them in their recruitment and admission process. Thank you very much. Happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek sir. So now, to felicitate Abhishek sir, I would like to welcome once again Partho Sharuthi sir on the stage.